Yeah, buddy! Alrighty, what's up, everybody? It is your boy, your tribal god, Peter Joseph here, for a beautiful, warm as fuck, well, not that warm, but warm, hot, steamy, late Wednesday afternoon, excuse me, late Wednesday afternoon, June the 4th, 2025. Thank you all for watching right here on the home of all things ranting, the very motherfucking legend, Gary, very fucking legendary G-Rant's channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button down there inside of my pants, otherwise known as the description marks below, on this very channel and my other channels as well. Show your love and support to the channels. Hopefully we can get to 500 subscribers on this very channel. We're getting there. We're getting real close. But we'll see what happens with that. So subscribe to this channel and my other channels as well. All the links are down below in the description box. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you haven't already. But if you're going to be stupid, you're going to get blocked. So that's that. Don't forget to leave a comment on the video if you like. But if these stupid comments, you get the same treatment. You'll get sent to the Shadow Realm, put in an Iron Maiden, and Satan will eat the rest of your soul. That's pretty much it for that. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you do, you need to get slapped in the face. Because you're SOL, and you know what that means. And that's all I got to say about that. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, if you haven't seen my channel ever, and you just run across my channel, my sexy face, because you know you love it, and your mom and girlfriend does too. And you want more? Then please hit that bell to get more. And if you want, you like it, hit that like button. And if you're thinking of subscribing, please do. And then give my other channels a little bit of love and support as well. Subscribe to those channels. Lots of content coming your way. And that's all I got to say about that. And as we say in the business, when you do subscribe, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, you relax, you grab a little fruit punch. This is fruit punch. Or is it? But grab yourself a cold one, put your feet up, and enjoy the show. And like I said before, if you like it, great, go fuck yourself. Go to your dead channel, or go to somebody else's channel. Well, that's that. We don't like stragglers here. We don't like fake people here. We have real people here. Because I'm real, you're not. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're an hour away from a 4-hour, yes, 4 hours of AEW Dynamite and, well, we got 2 hours of Dynamite, 2 hours of Collision, so nothing this weekend, so we got a full, well, thanks to Vince and company, with Worlds Collide at 3 p.m., and then right after that, Money in the Sperm Bank, no Collision, of course, even though they could have done it Thursday, but we're getting a 4-hour show from Dynamite and Collision, Fighter Fest, from Denver, Colorado, the thin air. So, we should see what happens tonight. Should be some good stuff, some good matches here and there. So, I hope you brought a lot of and some good food, because we're going to be up all night long. Well, not all night, because we got to go to bed after midnight, unless you want to do the reviews and all that other shit, post shows after that, and then go to bed, depending on where you live, of course. Or just go to bed, do the video tomorrow, which I'm probably going to do. I'm not gonna do a video like 4 o'clock in the morning doing a freaking review of a 4-hour fucking show, which is like a pay-per-view. This is basically a pay-per-view tonight. Feels like TNA back in the day, but TNA was like a 1-hour pay-per-view show, or so, or 1 2-hour show. I don't remember, but at least we get this for free. TNA, you had to pay like what, $1 a week or some shit like that. It was good. But still, we move on. So we got that tonight, and then we'll see how that goes. So we're still up by then. So like I said, bring the vino, or bring the booze, bring the food, whatever you got. Because at 8 o'clock, we're going to watch a lot of wrestling. And we're going to watch even more on Saturday. We're going to watch about 2.5, almost 3 hours of NXT Worlds Collide. Then we take a little break, and then we come back at 7 o'clock to watch pretty much 3, maybe, or I'd say about 3, maybe 3.5 hours of Money in the Bank. And then you gotta add the post shows in. That's like 7, almost 8 hours of fucking wrestling on a Saturday afternoon and a Saturday night. That's crazy. And then Sunday you can just go to sleep and don't wake up until Monday. But if you know, people got to do things, so I mean, it's whatever you want to do. All right. Moving on with that. All right, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it is hot. It was steamy today. It was like almost 80 degrees today. Tomorrow's gonna be a little bit hotter, but you know, it's gonna be a little bit sunny. Then we're gonna get rain here for the next 5-6 days. It's gonna be insane. I mean, the last 3 months here in my neck of the woods in New York has been horrible. We've had a stretch of great days where it was sunny, a little bit chilly. We got to March, April. Usually get April showers, and yeah, it kind of was a little bit. Actually, April was a little bit better because we didn't get like days where it would be raining 5-6 straight days. And then last month, holy shit, we didn't get a stretch of days where it was sunny almost the entire week. This is, I think, the first time in like a while that we had a whole week from Sunday to Monday through Friday, I should say. The weather's been great. You know, it's been around in the 70s and getting around the mid-80s here and there. Tomorrow would be mid-80s, maybe close to a 90 here. Oh boy, with the humidity and everything. Then, you know, Friday is gonna rain, and Saturday and everything. It's gonna be raining up until like next weekend, which sucks. Cause I got things to do. I gotta go out to do some errands. I got appointments to do. You know, I got things to do. I gotta go shopping Friday. At least Friday it's not gonna rain, so when I go shopping, I don't have to worry about that. But most of the time, Saturday I'm gonna be inside all day watching wrestling, and then Sunday probably be doing errands and going out with the missus. So, and then next weekend is Father's Day weekend, so gonna be nice to your daddy. So we got that. But I missed all that. I hope you're having a great day, and if not, well, too bad. That's that. Alright, enough about the spiel. You didn't want to come to hear that. You came to hear the greatest rants in the history of YouTube, which is this channel. Because everybody loves this channel. They do. Trust me, they do. I've had trolls. I don't even know if I still have the comments. I think I have some of them. I've had minuscule, dumb fuck trolls tell me personally, it's like, hey, Peter, I love this channel. Whether they're gassing my head up or not, I don't care. But, yeah. This is, you know, a great channel. I love to rant about the world of professional wrestling, or anything, really, that's pissing me off. You know, back in the day, it was, you know, Drama Central with, you know, a few guys that still, you know, one of them, you know, is pretty much irrelevant. The other guy, you know, is a fucking mark in the IWC. But we don't care about those people anymore. They can go to hell. But yeah, like I said, I've had people, trolls even, tell me that this channel is one of my best channels that I have, and I only have 5 channels. So I like to spread out the content a little bit. It is what it is. You don't like it? Tough shit. But that's that. But anyway, my last rant, I talked about Vincent Kennedy McMahon trying to possibly buy back his company from those idiots at TKO. And I'm going to do another video, probably after Money in the Bank, or if I can get some time, maybe Friday, or maybe Sunday. I'm going to do a video about how TKO has ruined the WWE. It just has. I mean, we got the release of R-Truth, Carlito got released, Miz, we don't know yet. He's on the fence right now because he, deleted all his WWE-related stuff. Walter did the same thing, and Walter's not going anywhere at all, but it was a little concerning with Walter. I was like, why would Walter do that? You know, he's got a big contract, so. And now, today, well, Valhalla got released. Well, you know, sucks to be Sarah Logan, but it is what it is. And now, you know, Twitter is exploding because we're talking about Killer Cross, and his contract is coming up pretty soon, and there's no negotiations going on, so I know the fans hijacked the show, well, basically, Raw and NXT, they're gonna do the same thing, on SmackDown, I assume, the pay-per-views this weekend, with We Want Truth, because it was the stupidest thing ever. They get rid of, pretty much, the morale is gone now. The heart and soul of the locker room, which is, I hate saying it, R-Truth, is gone. Who's going to be your locker room leader now? Walter? No, probably not. Jey Uso? Maybe. Roman? Probably. But Roman's usually not in the locker room all the time because he's on his... he's on not irrelevant, he's on, you know, the island of relevancy, just chilling, sitting back, drinking a vino or something. Just looking great, and, you know, maybe he might be Akuma in Street Fighter. I hope he is. I heard Braun Strowman might be Zangief. He kind of has the look and the build for Zangief. I give him that. Roman as Akuma? I don't know about that, but we'll see what happens with that if Roman does get the part. I think he should, because he's Roman. But in any case. So yeah, Killer Cross, we don't know what's happening with him and Scarlett. I don't know what Scarlett's contract is. I think it's the same deal. But, you know, we see Cross every once in a while on Monday Night Raw, and he's there for like about 30 seconds to about a minute or two, and then he's gone. They're not pushing the guy who should be pushed. His merch is going through the roof right now, and they're putting him on for a minute. What the fuck? He's getting fucked over again. He was a monster in NXT. He had a banger of a theme, which thankfully they they didn't bring that back. I don't think this is the same thing. I don't know if it's the same theme, but whatever. They brought that theme back, which is epic. They brought Scarlett up, thank the Lord. And then the first night on Raw, he comes out in this weird fucking helmet. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And he loses to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds? Huh? For a guy that was NXT champion, he loses to Jeff fucking Hardy? And then you knew, down the hatch he went. They just did nothing with him. They released him and Scarlett. They went back on the indie scene. I actually talked to them. I met them at WrestlePro show a couple years ago. And I said, hey, what do you think about going to AEW? And they said, well, Scarlett said, well, if Tony Khan gives us a good storyline, yeah, we'll go. I think you should have went. You should have listened to Peter. You don't listen to Vince anymore. Or, don't pick up the phone and, it's freaking Hunter. Hey, Cross, we're gonna bring you back. I'm gonna make you a star. Bullshit, Hunter. Bullshit. They bring him back, and what do? They put him in this garbage fucking faction called the Final Testament, or, the Final Testicle, whatever he used to call it. But anyway, they had him, Scarlett, the great man that he is, Paul Ellering, the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, they did nothing with either, former NXT Tag Team Champions. And what did they do? They bring on to the main roster? Meh. And then they get with Seth Rollins. I thought that was going to go somewhere. And what happens? Bye. Because I think one of them got hurt. And then they bring him back again, put him with Killer Cross. And where did that go? Nowhere. Oh yeah, they beat up the Wyatt Six. That was actually interesting. Because nobody could beat up the Wyatt Six. And then you had the Final Testament come in, just like, hey, we'll beat the fuck out of them. Put Uncle Howdy on the shelf for a little bit with a shoulder injury. I think Dexter and Joe Gacy got hurt. They basically wiped the floor with them. I'm like, okay, where's this gonna go now? They beat up probably the scariest faction in all of WWE. And then after that, nothing. Nothing happened. The Ultimate Pain get released. Paul Ellering go bye-bye. And then Cross is stuck at no pun intended, crossroads. Sorry, Cody, fuck you. And he's nowhere now. You barely see him on Raw. And when you do see him, if he does have a match, it's like a squash match. Or they put him on main event where it was barely shown. God forbid he's on Speed. I mean, what are they doing with Killer Cross? Again, this is the second time they're doing this. The first one I think was Vince's fucking idea. Now it's Hunter. Because he's the head of talent relations. You're not doing a good job with that, Hunter. And Cross is going bye-bye. Pretty much he's going bye-bye I'd say in about a month or so. And it's gonna suck. And the fans love him. They're gonna start chanting, "We want Cross" pretty soon. If not by Friday Night SmackDown. Killer Cross needs much better. He needs a push. He needs a title. I'm talking world title. I'm not talking about U.S. or Intercontinental title. He needs the world title. And if he does get released, I hope he goes back to TNA. Or he does go to Tony Khan, and Tony Khan makes him the second coming of Wardlow, because Wardlow went nowhere. He's still hurt. We haven't seen him in months. They ruined Wardlow so bad. And Wardlow should just come to NXT and be like, "Hey, look, it's Killer Cross. We traded." I think Killer Cross should stay on the indie circuit, because he's just great on the indies. I know, you gotta make money somehow, but, I mean, you don't get much on the indie circuit, if you're a guy like him. I don't know how much he makes on the indie circuit, but a couple thousand, I would say, but maybe 500, a couple thousand, I don't know, but I think Killer Cross is way better off on the indie scene than he is in WWE right now. Because I don't even think going to NXT is a demotion to me. But we'll see what happens with that. But it looks like Killer Cross is probably pretty much going to be gone again from WWE when his contract expires. And he really should get renewed. They should renew it. Give him a monster push to the world title. Not going to beat somebody like Cena, but maybe he beats someone like Jacob Fatu. Maybe he beats... I don't know. But he should be a champion right now. He should. And Scarlett, I know she doesn't wrestle much, but at least showcase Scarlett. She's a pretty good wrestler. From what I've known her since her Ring of Honor days. Man, she was green back in the day when she did wrestle for Ring of Honor in a few matches. Wasn't really that good. But now, I mean, she got way better when she was on the indie circuit. Way better. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. But it is what it is. With all that. So that's the last rant I did. But this rant, I know I went a little bit over. I talked about something before that. So, if you want the rant, go up to this timestamp right now. Alright, so now, this rant is about these. I did videos, so many videos about these fucking marks out there, these so-called wrestling fans and the WC, who just go above and beyond to act like complete motherfucking morons. They stalk the wrestlers at the airport or at the hotel. Then they go further than that and stalk them at their own house, like the whole Alexa Bliss fiasco, the whole Sonya Deville fiasco. Now, last night, we had a little scare during the NXT show because some douchebag, I think it was one or two people, were at the Performance Center, and one of them was stalking Liv Morgan. She's not even there! And then they caught the guy, and the police say, "Oh, he's not related to the Liv Morgan thing." Then they had another guy, so I'll read that in a minute. Alright, so new details have emerged from reports of an incident outside the Performance Center that resulted in an arrest late Tuesday night. The Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida released a statement. I'm taking this from WrestlingHeadlines.com. Or you'll find it on Ringside News, whatever you want. So So the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida released a statement confirming that 41-year-old Sean Chan was taken into custody near the WWE facility. And the statement read, the statement begins, on June 3rd, yesterday, at approximately 11:30 p.m., deputies made contact with Sean Chan outside of the Performance Center, located, I'm not going to give the address, but it's in Florida. Chan had an outstanding warrant for burglary from the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, so that had nothing to do with this fucker that's stalking Liv Morgan. It's not Dom Dom, so I just want to point that out. The statement continued, Chan was placed under arrest, booked in the Orange County Jail. We have no details whatsoever about the Pasco County case, so you would need to reach out to that agency. So this guy, this schmuck, Sean Chan, had nothing to do. At first he had something to do with this Liv Morgan thing. But in any case, the official arrest report states that Chan was apprehended at 10:49 p.m. and confirms the responding officer's body-worn camera was recording during the arrest. Speculation initially swirled online. The report itself made no mention of any altercation or stalking allegations tied to WWE or its property. The initial report, sent from one particular source, claimed that Liv Morgan's alleged stalker was arrested outside the Performance Center after NXT finished at 10 o'clock, whatever time it ended, 10, 11 o'clock, yesterday. Chan, originally from Hong Kong, figures, but currently residing in Florida, is still being held at the Orange County Jail in Orlando. We'll keep you posted with new information. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, really, my rant is about these fucking douchebag stalkers that stalk, especially the women. They stalk the women, some of them stalk the men wrestlers. Mostly it's the women, because, they're voluptuous, they're big boobs, and, they look good. But, being a fan is one thing, but taking it a little bit beyond, sitting your ass down and watching it from behind the barricade, going, outside the arena, showing up at the hotel, I think that's a little bit too much. If you want to get an autograph, yeah, fine. You want to get a picture, it's fine depending on the wrestler. Sometimes the wrestler's like, I don't want to take no pictures, leave me alone, I'm going to the gym, fuck you, go away. But you have these people, sign my autographs! I got 50 autographs, I've got 50 pictures, sign them all, come on! I love you! And then next thing you know, some people will sign it. I think there's a rule now with WWE that there's only like a limit of one picture they can sign or some shit like that. The whole thing with Asuka, the whole thing with Rey Mysterio at the airports. It's just mind-boggling. Why would you waste your fucking time out of your day? Whether you took the day off of work or whatever you did. Why would you go to the airport, find out where these people are going? Oh, they're gonna be in New York tomorrow. I'm gonna drive up to New York and I'm gonna stalk Tiffany Stratton. Please don't do that, by the way, because I don't condone that shit. I don't think any wrestling fan condones that shit. Unless you're whacked out of your mind doing that shit, you deserve to go to jail for the rest of your fucking life. And I know I talk about Asuka, Kairi, Io, Mina, all my Asians and everything, Momo, people like that. Am I gonna waste my fucking time out of my great day and go to the airport or go to the hotel, whether it be in Brooklyn, near the Barclays Center, or I'm gonna go to somewhere near Madison Square Garden and waste my time and waste my day and waste my battery on my fucking phone just waiting for them to come out? No, I am not doing that. Because I don't stalk the freaking talent. As much as I love them, I would rather go to a meet and greet and meet them. Or if I go to an indie show and one of them are there, yeah, I'll go to that show. I'm not gonna stalk them outside or shit like that. I'm gonna pay my good money so for the meet and greet, whether I get an autograph or I get a picture or I get both. Doesn't matter. You know, it's a little bit pricey depending on the wrestler, of course. I don't care about that too much. But if it's like big time, like Tiffany Stratton, then yeah, I'd rather just get the autograph or just get the picture and then leave. You know, get the picture and that's it. I don't have to hug her, I don't have to kiss her, whatever. The whole thing with Soraya Knight, yo. Freaking simps, man. I know, yeah, people are gonna call me a hypocrite, saying, oh, you simp for this person, you simp for Oscar, Kyrie, EO, I mean, you simp for, OnlyFans girls and this and that. First of all, don't do that. I mean, even one of my best friends does OnlyFans, I don't give a fuck because I don't simp. Okay? She's a very voluptuous woman, and that's the way it is. I got my own woman here. And you don't want to see her doing OnlyFans, I'll tell you that much. Even if she did feet videos, you know, some of her feet are crusty. I'm kidding. But I'm kidding. But, I don't know. I mean, if Rosa did OnlyFans, you think anybody would want to care for that shit? And OnlyFans, I mean, if women want to, and I'm not taking anything away from what Otaku said, you know, how Otaku is with women. I'm not going there. But I did kind of agree, I kind of agree with him somewhat in this video, saying that, you know, if women want to, flaunt themselves, flaunt themselves on OnlyFans and all this shit just to make money. I mean, if they want to make money on OnlyFans as a career, let them do it. I don't give a shit, okay? It doesn't concern me. I'm not going to waste my money and, $10 a month just to see, somebody's boobs and then somebody playing with themselves or getting fucked in the ass or some shit like that. I'm not going to waste $10 a month or throw, if they're doing a live show, I'm going to throw my money as a donation or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I got better things to do with my money. Like pay bills and get merchandise and, I got better things to do than waste my money, wanting to see somebody do a spicy live video touching themselves and God forbid what else. Or they put up naked photos of themselves, or them in lingerie, or just bra and panties. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I think OnlyFans should be free. That's just me. I don't think you need a subscription. I mean, subscribing, yes, but paying for a subscription is just to see somebody naked. I mean, come on. I think it should be free. That's just my opinion. If you don't like it, tough shit. Because I know people that are on OnlyFans and that might be their income. I mean, that's fine, but if you want to do that, fine, but, maybe, if you want to do it on the side, that's fine, but I think, you should get a regular job. It's just my opinion, but I'm not agreeing with Otaku on some things, some things, yeah, I'll agree with, but certain things, that's the way it is, so I have to leave it at that. If he hates women and then, how women treat him and, but, he sounds, Otaku sometimes sounds like a hypocrite because he does these videos like no pull out corner, he's talking about wanting to nut inside, have sex with Chris Statlander and not pull out and shit like that. And then he comes out and does a videos like, oh, top 10 reasons why women of this generation suck. So, you do sound like a hypocrite, Otaku, but, that's your own opinion. I'm not going to go into a big spiel about it. But I kind of agree. He did a short, I think, today, that women should be held accountable for certain things. I go, yeah, and I'm like, yeah. Certain things, yes, they should be held accountable for. If your woman treats you like shit, then they should be held accountable for how they treat you. Guys the same way. They should be held accountable. They treat their women like shit. They cheat on them and do ridiculous, stupid fucking shit. They should be held accountable for that. The same thing for women. So, in some ways, like that short that Otaku put up today has some merit. And I do agree with certain points in that video, so. But, I'm not agreeing with Otaku, but I understand some of his points. But I what I don't agree with is how, how he just talks very bad about women. I know, yeah, women are strange. They're strange. They treat you like shit sometimes. They can be the prettiest woman in the world, make a ton of money, and then next thing you know, they find the greatest guy in the world, or, next thing you know, I mean, God forbid, they get somebody like me, and then they're, get married, we have amazing sex, and next thing you know, I don't want to deal with you anymore. I'm like, why? We're having great sex, everything's fine. What's going on? You treat me like shit. I'm like, why do I treat you like shit? I'm fucking you in the ass almost on a nightly basis. How? Am I doing something wrong? You just don't do it for me anymore. Man, shut up. I mean, come on now. Women need to be held accountable for the shit they do. I'm just saying. But minus all that, going back to my original point with the whole Liv Morgan stalking thing, it needs to stop. This fucking shit with these fucking marks going beyond the barricade, let's say. There should be like a series called Beyond the Barricade. Like Dark Side of the Ring. There should be a Dark Side of the Ring episode where all these fucking stalkers and just people attacking or just harassing wrestlers outside the hotels or outside the arena or some shit like that. They should do a Dark Side of the Ring episode like that. It's a good idea for season 7 or season 8. I don't know, maybe somebody get me in touch with Conrad. The guy, whoever created it, the Dark Side of the Ring series. Get me in touch with that guy. Give me his email, and I'll email him my idea. I'm just saying. But I can't stand these fucking so-called wrestling fans. They're not fans. They're fucking marks. They're fucking criminals. They're fucking douchebags that do this shit. Leave the wrestlers alone. Okay? Don't go to the fucking airport. Don't go outside the arena when they're tired and they want to go back to the hotel or have to go 12 hours to the next fucking venue or whatever it may be. They're tired. They don't want to sign 60 million fucking autographs. Okay? If you want to meet them so bad, go to a fucking meet and greet. Or, God forbid, you get a VIP pass. The same fucking thing. But don't go out of your way to stalk these great people, these great men and women that work so hard at what they do. Just because you have an infatuation with somebody, like, oh yeah, this guy has 50 million posters of Oscar on his back, on his fucking bedroom wall. You don't see me having any of that. I mean, I love Oscar, Kyrie, and Io, and Mina, but do you see anything here on my wall behind me besides, the great Abaddon? That's it. Everything else is basically music stuff. I used to have a lot of stuff on my wall. It was basically music stuff. And, all my Ring of Honor, meet and greets that I used to do. Some indie stuff here and there. But I used to have some on this wall. You can't see it, but on this side. My right, your left. Or wherever you're watching from, but whatever. But I never had any major obsession with a female wrestler. Never. I mean, I love Abaddon. I do. I love Rosemary. We don't know that. But am I going to go out of my way to go to Winnipeg, where she lives? She's there with Andrew Everett. That's, I think, her husband, or I don't know what he is to her. I think it's a boyfriend or husband or whatever he is to her. Rosemary Courtney Rush. Well, you people don't know who she is. But I'm not going to go all the way to Winnipeg, find out where Rosemary actually lives, stand outside and wait for her to come out. I go, hey, Rosemary, how you doing? No, I'm going to go to a meet and greet. I'm going to waste $100, $200 for a freaking picture and an autograph from, the co-founder of the Prophecy. You know what I mean? I'm not going to stand outside and wait in the fucking parking lot or at the airport or at the hotel, waiting hours and hours and hours just waiting for them to come out. before they go to the arena or when they come back from the show. That's stupid. And then stalking them outside their house. Or God forbid they break in while they're there. That whole Sonya Deville thing. She was there. I think she was there with her then girlfriend, now wife. And luckily they got out because that guy was really fucked up. Thankfully they caught the guy. He's in jail. I don't even know if he got out. I hope not. I really think that these fuckers that stalk the female wrestlers should be found, should be put in jail, and never get out. Because if they do get out, they're gonna do the same shit. I'm serious. I am serious. I've known that for the last couple of years. Guy stalks people at their houses. Next thing you know, he fucks around with the wrong person. Where is he now? Jail, where he belongs. Then he has his associates trying to do the same fucking shit. Guess what happens? He gets more time, and you get more time. Just because you don't like this person, or you have an obsession with this person. It's just mind-boggling. The stuff that happens in wrestling and happens here on YouTube. It needs to just stop. If you don't like somebody on YouTube, fine, but don't go out of their way and go, and stalk them stalk them at their house or where they work or their family and stuff like that. That's bullshit. And if you get found, well, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty when you get your ass handed to you by that person. I'm not saying myself, but I'm just using myself as a reference point. So, I mean, it is what it is. But that's all I gotta say about that. You fucking marks need to do better. I'm just saying. Stop your obsession with all these female wrestlers. I know they're amazingly hot. They got OnlyFans. They got other places they show off their titties and their... I mean, just do that, okay? Just obsess from the comfort of your fucking mama's basement, wherever or whatever. But don't go out of your way to go outside the house. Go to the fucking... Go to where they live. Go to where they work. I don't talk about the arenas or the performance center, let's say. I'm just saying, just stop. This bullshit needs to stop. Let these great female wrestlers and even the male wrestlers alone. Don't stalk them at the airport asking for 50,000 fucking autographs. Or, if you want to take a picture, that's fine. But if they're tired because they came off from a long flight, they're coming from Japan, they just came back after a 20-something hour trip or whatever, they're tired, they don't want to take pictures, I want to go home, leave me alone! Like I said, it depends on the wrestler. They want to do it because they love the fans, great. But, you gotta watch out for some of these people at meet and greets, too. Saraya, had some guy almost kiss her on the lips, which was just, ugh. This could have been some fat fuck. It smelled really bad or some shit. I met a lot of women, but I look presentable. I present myself. I shower, I put on some Axe cologne, I look good. But I'm not going to go out of my way and hug her and then next thing no, I'm not going to do that shit. I'm respectful of the ladies. The lady wrestlers when I meet them. I met Candice LeRae, I met Taya Valkyrie, I met so many. Victoria, my sweetheart Victoria, Kelly Klein, along with one of my sweethearts. But I'm always respectful, I shake their hand. If they want to hug me, fine. I don't care. I don't ask for much. I talk to them for a little bit, we take a picture, sometimes they'll sign an autograph for me. That's fine. I'm not going to go over the barricades like, hey, I want to fuck you in the ass, No, I'm not that type of person. If people think I am, fuck you. Okay? Do better, because I'm a real wrestling fan. I'm an OG. I'm old school. You never, back in the day, back in my day, I never saw any of that shit. I never heard any of that shit where these simps, there wasn't a lot of, back in my day, not the, like, some of the 80s, but going into the late 90s, there was a lot of women's wrestling coming around, especially with the WWE, and a little bit of WCW, a little bit WCW, but, you know, as time went on, you know, women's wrestling started becoming good again. You know, have all these hot chicks. You got bringing Trish Stratus, Stacy Keibler, Candice Michelle. And where did they come from? Fitness magazines. Well, Candice Michelle came from porn, but, you know, bad porn, though. Huh. Well, she did it. I mean, the one porn she did, Skinamax porn, you barely heard her, like, moan. She's, like grinding the guy. He's like, ugh. I'm like, the guy's having a great time, but, you know, she's like, oh, just riding. Alright, not me already, come on! I'm just saying. But, in any case, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think of this whole Liv Morgan situation. I think it's stupid. I think fans just take it a little bit too far sometimes, and they need to be held accountable, and they need to be put in jail. And like I said, I don't do any of that shit. I don't stalk the wrestlers at the airport. I don't stalk them at the hotel or at the arena or outside the arena. I mean, yeah, I don't stalk them. After the show, maybe at Ring of Honor shows, I've done that, where I would wait in the parking lot for a couple of the guys. If I'm with my friends, that's just me. I don't do it by myself. I'm with my friends mostly, and I'm waiting in the parking lot or waiting outside the arena. Maybe just get a picture real quick. And I was like, hey, can I take a picture with you real quick, Cesaro? Or, you know, not Cesaro, Claudio. Vince Nana, you know, would do it for me in a minute. So, my good friend, Vince Nana. Love you, man. But other than that, you know, and I've seen, like, there's been some, female wrestlers come down the pipe in my area. You know, and like I said, I met, Victoria, a sweetheart, Melina twice, JC Storm, she's an indie chick, who else, some female wrestlers that work around my area that, you know, I met a couple of them, I took a couple of pictures of them, but I'm not gonna go stalk them on Facebook or anything like that. I mean, can I friend you on Facebook and Instagram? Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna go, like, stalking the channel, what are you doing? No. They got boyfriends, they got husbands. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not like that, so. You think I am? Like I said, fuck you. That's that. Alright, guys, I gotta get out of here because I get ready for 4 hours of Dynamite! It's gonna be exciting, and we'll talk about that probably tomorrow, because I'm not gonna do it tonight. No way, no how. I got other videos to do. I got my NXT review coming up. I got Raw to do. And we'll get through the weekend, and my predictions for Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide, the reviews are coming away this weekend. Lots of content, so please, for the love of God, hit that bell, turn on all notifications, so hopefully those videos will go out to you. If they're not, unsubscribe, resubscribe again, hit the bell again, turn on all notifications again, and hopefully that'll work. If not, then fuck YouTube. And that's that. Alright guys, I gotta go. Thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.